Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Desi, and this is my channel. Wait, this isn't right. Hold on. That's better. Okay, this is better. So I'm Desi.
And I'm Amy.
Over at Amy's Bookish Life, and we're having a girls trip.
Yay! I am so excited to have these beautiful shelves behind me.
And I'm excited to have my co-host buddy that's always co-hosting with me.
Yay!
So, what are we doing for this video?
For this video, I have a wheel of prompts, and I'm not going to show this every time because it's honestly a little annoying, but I have a reel of prompts, and Destiny is going to go and find a book on her shelves that follows the prompt. And some of them might be TBR books that you want to read, and some of them might be books that you have read and you
fit the prompt.
So it could be something like your favorite book or a book you can't stop thinking about it, but it could be something like a book with an animal on the cover, so you could have read it or you could have not read it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Get to know your bookshelf. Got it.
Yes. And you can use any books that you have in the house. So if you have like library books or something like that, you can use
Got it. I got that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you ready for your first one?
I am.
Okay. I don't know how many of these we're going to do. So we'll just do it until we're bored.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh, it's still spinning. Okay.
A book that made you cry.
Okay, I know. Hold on.
Should we set a timer?
Okay, so
she found that in like 2 seconds.
Yes, because I know which book that made me cry every time I've read it. And the book is A Man Called Uwe by Frederick Bachman.
Yeah, that book made me cry too.
Yes. So this book is about a man called Uwe. He is in the later years of his life. He's kind of alone and desolate, and his wife, he's just alone. His wife is passed. He doesn't have any family, and he just decides that, is this really worth living? Is this life that I have? It's not complete. It's not content. So he wants to make decisions about the afterlife and kind of making decisions for himself. Well, as he's trying to make decisions, he has neighbors that come and intervene. And then he has a cat that continues to follow him. I feel like the book just takes you on such a whirlwind and such a roller coaster of like, what is he going to do? Wait, maybe this is worth it. Maybe holding on, maybe continuing this new chapter of his life.
Because sometimes it's really funny. Like sometimes it's hilarious and you're laughing out loud, and then the next minute you're bawling your eyes out.
Exactly. And it's crazy. It tugs on every emotion.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Next question.
Okay. I'm going to hide that slice.
Okay. Oh my God.
Chonky.
Okay. Oh, we're going to have blooper reels. Okay. So my pick for a big chunky book is a pretty solid book, and that is going to be It by Stephen King.
This is not an Amy book.
This is not an Amy book. This is a Destiny book through and through. And I love it, and I've read it, and I've listened to the audio. So we follow a group of kids, and they are terrorized by this being in this town in Derry, Maine. And he morphs into, it's called It, but he morphs into their fears. And there's 2 parts, and it follows their childhood and then when they're adults. And they have to kill this being because he comes out of basically the sewer every few decades, and it's just the most. I really like this book. This is probably one of my favorites from Stephen King.
How many times have you read it?
Probably like 4 or 5. I'm not gonna lie, and I've watched the movie countless times. Like I even did a diamond art painting of Stephen King of Pennywise.
Corey, you should superimpose a photo of the diamond art here.
I know, right? Okay, my next book. Next pick. Oh my gosh. This is not as hard as I thought it was going to be. It's fun.
Series.
So
good
okay.
series. A good series. Okay.
Okay, so my pick for series is Frederick Bachman. This is the winners, but it is the Beartown series. Okay, so in this book, we follow a prominent hockey town, and the star player on the team is accused of some bad things that he's done with some fellow classmates, and it really strikes a nerve with the whole town because it kind of divides the town of what is right and what is wrong and good and whose side to pick and whatnot. And it goes, I would say each book goes along with the story and you get more of the story because it doesn't just end with the first book. It goes from a little bit of the before, during, after, and it kind of wraps up the full picture of this, I would say, scandal. Would you call it a scandal? This scandal that's hit this town because it's like, oh, these prominent type of players or this prominent type of families, and it gets into family dynamics. It gets into so much stuff because it's like, could this really happen in our town? And it also goes into hockey between the two towns as well. I know that that's a competing factor because one town is definitely prominent, and then I feel like there's a shift because of this dramatic element that does happen. And I just love Frederick Bachman's is it Bachman?
I think Bachman.
I just love his writing. He's a Swedish writer, and most of his works are translated, if you did not know. And it sings to me. I just love it. So that is my other thing. Okay,
so an author name that's the first initial of either your first or last name.
Okay, is that the first? So that's the first. That's the first name, right?
Well, it doesn't matter. The author name, either first or last, is the first initial of either your first or your last name.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't forget your card.
Okay, so my pick for the first initial of the name, I picked the.
No, it's the author's initial matches first or last name.
Okay. Yeah. So I picked Leah Dubrinsky, and it's Friends Don't. I currently just read this with someone recently.
You were done way before I was.
With someone, and I like it because you follow Poppy Casper, and she moves to a new town. She has...
In Wisconsin.
Yes, she has a job opportunity that she really wants, and it is kind of fitting because the guy she's seeing, it's his hometown. Here's the catch. He is touring for professional golf, so he won't be there. So he decides to enlist his brother, who is her next door neighbor, ironically enough, to...
It's not really ironic.
He set it up. He set it up. But it's
like,
hey, my brother's going to be your neighbor. I figured it out. And also, he's going to befriend you and show you around town. Right. What she doesn't know is he's kind of the black sheep of the town. And that the town really can't get over... or some people in the town can't get over some of the things he has done in the past. So it's kind of a tale of friendship, a tale of trying to figure out who they are, what their stories are, how they're going to mesh well together, how she's going to be accepted into this small town. It gives me Gilmore Girls vibes because it's a small town. Everyone knows everyone's business. Everyone's been there for a while. It is a sweet romance. It is very closed door, but it gives you that, those butterflies. It gives you that little something that you need. It just
see the spark.
You see the spark, and the sparks are sparking.
It gives me While You Were Sleeping vibes because, she's in love or thinks she's in love with one brother, and then she meets the other brother and is like, you know?
Oh, I know.
That's
for her.
Yeah. And this is available on KU.
Yes. So. And it's a first in a series.
It is.
Afro circus, Afro circus.
You're most intimidated on your TBR.
Oh gosh. Okay, so my pick for most intimidating on my TBR, I definitely want to get into this side of fiction. It's classic literature. I'm a little intimidated is the best word. And it's going to be Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, right? Tolstoy. And Tolstoy? Yes, Tolstoy. Tolstoy. I'm just really intimidated by it because it is Russian and
can't imagine why you're intimidated by it.
I just think I need to be prepared for the amount of character switching, for the amount of she travels in this book. And I don't know, it always has intimidated me. I don't know if I should read it first or watch the movie first, but I think reading it first. But I think making
honestly,
notes.
with a classic, I almost feel like it's easier to watch the movie first because then you kind of have that storyline down.
Right.
And then like you read it and it kind of like just clicks in. With a classic. Like recent books, I would always say to watch the movie after you read the book. But classics, I don't know. I'm
looking at the page count. I agree with you. I think it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
For me. 963 pages.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. I think I would need like a study sheet.
Not as long as it.
Yeah, but like that's like modern, like, like I don't know. It was easy to follow. It's like written that
well,
I
you
can
already
comprehend it.
Loved Stephen King's writing.
That's an understatement. Century. Okay.
Right.
Let's go.
What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6.
Okay.
Younger Than You.
Younger Than Me.
Yeah.
A book published Younger Than Me?
Yeah.
Okay. So my book I picked for this prompt is going to be The Help by Catherine Stockett. And it is Younger Than Me. I love this book. It was such a page turner. Okay, so we follow this girl named Skeeter, and she is a prominent white woman in the age and time where they have maids and they have segregation, and she decides to tell the story of The Help because she has other, I would say, thoughts. She has more modern day thoughts about how to treat people, not based on the color of their skin. And she wants to write this book anonymously about her town. And she writes it kind of fictitious, but people start noticing some common similarities between her age group of people that live there. I wouldn't call them friends, so to say. I would say acquaintances. I think she starts realizing that people are not as nice as they seem to be, and that she wants to give voice to a group of women, strong group of women that don't necessarily have a voice, that are ignored and necessarily don't have a voice. And I loved it. I love the movie. I love the book. So there you go. There's that one.
Most informative. So the book that you learned the most from.
Okay. Okay, so my pick for this one, the book that I've learned the most from, is going to be The Diary of Anne Frank by Anne Frank. I think it showed me exactly kind of an insight to that time, to her struggling, to her becoming a young lady in a very confined space, the treatment of a race, the climate of the time, kind of like a history time capsule. And it just showed me that the growth and maturity of a girl, and she still grew and had thoughts and still had positivity in areas and brightness in areas that were extremely dark. And I think it really fostered and really ignited my love for history in that time period. And the reason why it taught me so much is because I wanted to learn more about this time. And I think it just opened my mind to like grab everything from just the realm of Hitler and the realm of the German just antics and just all of World War II. And then it just like had me going from there to just different time periods and learning about different things, whether it be Germany in World War II, Poland in World War II, to Asian literature with the foot binding with Snowflower and The Secret Fan, that book I just read. I think it just really like ignited my love for true historical based reading.
How old were you when you read that?
I remember reading it for the first time in 7th grade, so I was 12. And it just kind of ignited. I liked history in junior high. I really liked history in high school, and I just kept reading different historical type books. And it like transcended into like even president speeches and learning about presidents, because it's such a huge subject that you could literally get lost in. And that's what I loved most about it. And fun fact, my honeymoon was in Washington, D.C.
Nice.
So.
All right, last one.
Last one.
Okay.
I have that in my too. Circus. Mm-hmm. Da-na-na-da-na-da-na.
Water on the cover.
Water. I don't like water. So my last pick is based upon water. So I picked a book I have not read yet. I've heard really good things about, so it's been on my TBR for a little minute. And that's Life of Pi by Yann Martel. And it is about a sinking cargo ship and a lifeboat that remains bobbing on the wild Pacific. Only survivors from the wreck are a 16-year-old boy named Pi, a hyena, a wounded zebra, an orangutan, and a 450-pound Royal Bengal tiger. So there's that. It's so interesting. I love the cover.
It's a very intriguing premise. We're like, is this a dream? He's on a raft. How are all those animals fitting on there?
But I only see the tiger. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
It was a cover buy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I like it. And I read the back of the book, and I don't know, it called to me.
A lot of people love this book.
It talked to me. Yeah, it's a winner of the
Man Booker
Prize, and over 7 million copies sold.
Mm-hmm.
I need to read it. So we were thinking for the last two books to round it to 10, I get to control the spinner, and she's going to pick the books. So this is exciting. Okay, I'm spinning. New to me author. Have fun.
Okay. All right. So a new to me author is Curtis Sittenfeld, which I have one of their books. I have romantic comedy, but I haven't read it yet. This is Eligible, which is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice that my sister wants me to read.
That's why I bought it, because it said a retelling. And it's a new to me author too, because I have not read him either.
Yeah.
So
fun fact. Retelling is one of the prompts that is on there. So let's hope it's not that. Okay.
Last one. Spin. Most likely to recommend.
For me? Oh.
Yes.
No brainer.
Okay.
First book that came to my head. Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I love this series so much. Also a retelling series. Just science fiction fantasy-ish-esque retelling of different fairy tales. Okay. This is Cinderella. Cinder is a cyborg, and she meets the prince when he needs to get his android fixed. And Cinder is the best mechanic in town.
Oh, okay.
And so he goes to get his cyborg fixed, and things happen.
Okay.
There's a plague going on in the book.
Okay.
And there is the Earth versus the lunar people.
Oh.
And since departing Earth to lunar, to the moon, they have created this power of a glamour that makes people see what the person wants them to see instead of like their actual face. So yeah, no, but it's beautiful because Cinder is just wonderful. And then Scarlet is the Little Red Riding Hood. And then Cress is Rapunzel. And Winter is, I think, the Snow Queen.
Okay.
Retelling. But they're all fabulous.
Okay.
They're all wonderful. And the audiobooks are delightful.
Oh.
In every single one.
Well, sounds good. That's going to be on my TBR.
You have the whole series.
Well, this has been so much fun.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
For like a week.
I know. And this was fun. We should do it again. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon.
Happy reading.